Hello, my name's Gina Porter and I work at Durham University, but a lot of the work I do is in sub-Saharan Africa. And what I'm going to talk today is about clean transport and the journey to school, and how journeys to school in Africa probably differ quite a lot from the journeys to school that you are doing. So, first of all, how did you travel to school this morning? Did you go by car, by bicycle, on the bus, or walked? If you were living in Africa, do you think you would be traveling differently? Well, now that I've done research with 70 young people in South Africa, south of Sahara, I can say, yes, you probably would be doing some very different journeys. So first of all, here are some pictures. As you can see, young people that we worked with, 70 of them in Ghana, Malawi, and South Africa, the sort of work they got engaged in, interviewing other children, their friends, family, about the journey to school, and doing some surveys and things that they decided on, and actually writing a book about it in the end. But the big finding from their work was, of course, that most children walk to school. Most girls, most boys will be walking. And of course, this is clean transport. Very low emissions compared to motor transport, so better air quality and less contribution to global warming. The sort of hazards that they meet are issues like roads with no pavements, deep drains on the side of the roads that are really easy to fall down, blaring car horns that can have you jumping out of your skin, aggressive drivers hooting away and coming towards you too quickly, and dust on unsurfaced roads. So not so pleasant. In rural areas, some young people walk well over 5 miles to get to school along pretty rough tracks. Yeah, in pictures from Malawi and South Africa. In the bottom picture, they're going to walk over a mountain to get home. And the sort of hazards that you get in rural areas are things like biting dogs, snakes, rapidly rising rivers, so that's very dangerous to cross, pretty muddy tracks and lonely roads, thick bush, where you can feel quite nervous if you're walking along on your own. So yes, this is Rio in South Africa, talking about one of the farmsteads he has to walk through, and the owner of the house doesn't like them walking through his yard. And one day he allowed his dogs to chase after us. We all ran, very frightening. And then Bussy, talking about walking to school. She goes over through a number of rivers. The mud on the way makes us dirty. And we wash our feet at the last river before they're going into school. And even then, sometimes they're so late that they miss morning classes. Additionally, there are a lot of children who will be actually carrying loads on the way to and from school, because motor transport is really expensive in Africa. And children often have really got to help their families carrying the groceries home, or helping mother with her trade goods on the way to market before she goes into school. So it's clean transport, but it's quite a job sometimes for the children concerned. Well, having said all that, there can be advantages in walking to school, apart from the contribution to improving on air pollution and global warming issues. And you've got Victoria here in Ghana saying, yeah, I enjoy the conversation between my friends and when coming to school. Even if I'm offered transport, I will turn down the offer because I like the conversation. And lots of children actually talk about enjoying meeting and talking with their friends as they go to and from school. But I suppose the point is then that clean transport isn't necessarily always easy transport, and certainly for the young African pupils we were working with in this research project, it wasn't always easy to do what we call active travel, which means either walking or cycling. But how does it compare with the way you travel to school? And just finally, I wonder whether you could think of starting a project to research how your school class travels to school. And maybe there are opportunities for you to expand your clean transport, and really just to help in the work towards reducing pollution and global warming. So I hope you do have an opportunity to do a bit of research. It is really quite exciting once you get into these things.